Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a cozy bowl of lasagna soup for our Souptember collaboration. It's minimum prep, though it does take a bit of simmering time to get all those lovely flavors together. But trust me, it's worth every minute. For this lasagna soup, we're going to need a tablespoon of olive oil, 1 onion chopped, 3 cloves of garlic minced, and since I grate my own garlic, I times that by 2 with garlic math, a pound of ground beef, and since the recipe calls for diced tomatoes, 1 can of 14 ounce, I just diced up my homegrown since they're coming hot out of the garden, a pint of homegrown homemade tomato sauce or a 14 ounce can from the store, 2 quarts of beef stock that's home canned or 7 cups of beef stock. Then we need a tablespoon of Italian seasoning, and you're going to need at least 8 ounces of lasagna noodles broken up into pieces. I use about 3/4 of a box. Salt and pepper to taste. And for toppings, we're going to use ricotta, mozzarella, grated Parmesan cheese, and fresh basil. I'll leave a printable, downloadable recipe card in the show notes for you. Might want to wear safety glasses breaking this up, but you want to put it in small pieces. In a large saucepan or soup pot, we're going to add about a tablespoon of our olive oil. We're going to preheat our pot to medium-high, and we're going to add our beef. And somebody asked me why my packaging says not for sale. It's because we take our animals to freezer can via a butcher. And when you get it custom cut up, is in the state of Pennsylvania, you can't sell it unless there's a USDA inspector involved watching the process safely. But since we trust our butcher, it's not a big deal. So that's how it comes back to us in a packaging saying not for sale. So we're gonna cook this with our onion for the next 8 minutes till it's cooked through when our pan gets up to speed here. I like to season my food in layers, so we're going to add half a teaspoon of salt here. And since Howard doesn't like too much salt, that's all I'm going to put in. But you always want to season each part of your cooking. So now that my pot is up to cooking speed, we're going to set a timer for 8 minutes. I just love the mix and chop to get my beef to where it needs to be, all chumped up and not in lumps. We're at the point where the beef is fully cooked along with the onions and there's a lot of grease in the bottom, so I'm going to drain this off. If this is our first time eating, I'm Leanne and I'm a dairy farmer's wife, and we also crop farm. On this channel we do cooking and baking from scratch and canning videos. And if you're into that sort of thing, stick around because we have a lot more to do around the house. Then we're going to add our garlic. You want to cook the garlic in there for at least 30 to 60 seconds. No one wants raw garlic. Next we're going to add a tablespoon of Italian seasoning, diced tomatoes, and our tomato sauce, and to get all that out of the jar, we're going to pour some of this in. Put our lid back on and shake it all about. Waste not, want not. Is it lunchtime? And we're going to add our beef stock in. Then we're going to let this cook for 40 minutes. Hey, I just wanted to jump in here and tell you, make sure you're commenting on this video with a heartfelt comment and all the rest of the videos in this collaboration to increase your chance of winning a $100 gift card and some lovely super cubes from supercubes.com and some other great prizes at a live stream on October 2nd at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Mennonite Farmhouse channel. So we're going to bring this to a boil, turning up the heat. Then we're going to reduce to a simmer for 40 minutes. When you use home canned foods that you don't add salt to when you put it in the jar, this definitely needs more salt when adding the beef stock. Now that we're 20 minutes into this simmering, we're going to add our noodles. And we're going to stir occasionally. Now that our 40 minutes is up, I'm checking to see if the noodles are reconstituted or done. And it looks like we should give them at least another 10 to 15 minutes. But this smells amazing. And it takes way less time than making a lasagna from scratch. Now doesn't this look amazing? Warm bowl of comfort soup. Now this is where you want to salt and pepper it to taste, or you let your family members do it for themselves, since I have a family member that just does not care for that much salt in his food. Let's go ahead and plate some of this lasagna soup up using my Super Cubes soup ladle that I'm absolutely loving. And we're going to get some noodles and some broth and this tomato base and hamburger. Add some fresh basil, some mozzarella cheese. You want to make sure the soup is screaming hot for it to melt. And some Parmesan. Oops. And a dollop of ricotta. Well, in order to get Howard to do a taste test, we're putting it in a to-go box, and we're going to go see him in the field. An early afternoon snack.
Very good.
I would have brought you garlic bread, but that's a snack.
Uh-huh.
If you made it to the end of this video enjoying this soup recipe, why don't you watch this next? Take care and God bless.